Hi there. In this video, hopefully we will learn together how to wake up a PARKSIDE 12 volt battery that's not taking a charge anymore. Basically, I think some protection kicked in on it. And sorry about the noise, a fan is keeping me cool because we have a heat wave in Romania at this point and it's bloody awful. Anyway, story behind it, I bought this pruning saw. It was an open box, the last one in the store. I wanted for a while to buy one of these, but never got to it, and when I saw it, hey, let me buy it. When I went home, I learned why it was an open box. The battery doesn't take a charge anymore, so probably somebody brought it back or something. Maybe they did something stupid, or maybe they replaced the battery, although it does not seem like a worn out battery. But if you look in here, somebody could have had a go at trying to open it up. I tried to leave it in the where's the lines tried to leave it in the charger for 10 minutes. Maybe it has a trickle charge and wakes it up. Did not do anything, and this is how a battery normally should behave. It should start charging. So first thing that I want to do to remember that this one is the problem battery, I'm going to stick something on it. Let me try something to see if this is capable of trying to trickle charge something. I want to see if we get any sort of voltage out of this thingy. So we have positive right there and C. So basically it's touching just positive and C when it's charging the battery. It's not touching the negative because there's no pin in there. Let's see if we get any sort of voltage out of it while it does not recognize a battery in here. It actually does. It gives us 12.94 volts. Yep. So in theory, it should have some kind of trickle charge. But maybe this battery just does not care about that anymore. Which kind of sucks, doesn't it? Ah, damn it, I keep trying the wrong way around. So this battery either has a fuse in it which is fully blown. I have no freaking clue how you could blow the fuse out of such a battery. That's an achievement on its own, honestly. What I need to do is this goes out. When you open a battery, any metal on your hands is going out, because if you short a lithium battery, you're going to have a really freaking bad time. So at this point, yeah, you could try to leave it half an hour on the charger itself. Maybe trickle charges it back to life. I ain't that patient, honestly. And I don't even know if it actually still does something in there, still has a contact. I want to open it up and see what's inside. If I see anything damaged, this thing is going back. Yes, a sane person would try to directly get it replaced. Let's cut off power. But I'm not necessarily that sane, so we'll be taking this chance to see what we have inside. And let's see if a fellow Romanian did a bad thing and replaced a good battery with a bad battery inside of the store, or maybe at home, and then brought it back. And as you can see, we have blown stuff in here. After further checking this thing, I think this battery is in protection mode. This is not damaged. I looked a bit better, I measured them. Both of them measure exactly the same. Let me just show you diode mode. I think actually other way around. 0182, 0182. Zero chance of them being blown the same, so no, that's not blown. I think it actually had marks on it because this one also had a tiny spot from where they welded, soldered actually this thing. But I found something else. So let's move to continuity mode. Continuity mode, we have the negative right here. If I touch the negative somehow and come here, beeping. So negative comes directly through here. But we can see it right here, still beeping. If we go on the other side of this, no beeping anymore. So this thingy is not conducting. And I think that's the protection basically. Because this is the ground from the battery. This is... Did it just wake up? Did I just wake it up somehow? I woke up the battery. How the hell did I do that? Just by poking around. And it's again dead. Nah, it shut off again. So by poking around, I think I somehow woke it up, but it went to sleep once more. Or I'm not making a good contact anymore. Let me try again. It needs to beep here. Beeping here. Okay, let's see here. Beeping here. Here again, not beeping, but you saw it, you heard it. So for a moment, we had beeping on the other side. It's beeping again. And then it stopped. So it's like it's trying to connect it back. Then it sees the voltage and says, nope, no bueno. I'm going to try and show you something. So if we go between ground and positive, we have the normal almost 7 volts. But from time to time, if we wait enough, the electronics is trying to wake up the battery. It will give it for a few seconds full 12 volts. Right freaking about now, as you can see, 12.66. Then it goes down again. What I don't like is the fact that I think 2 batteries there are at 3 volts and one of them is at 1 volt. So that means that one of them has an issue. If all of them were at 2 volts, let's say, maybe 2.3 volts or something like that, somehow this got over discharged. In this case, I think that one cell is actually defective. It's way too low to be just something simple, just a tiny problem, a small error or something. Something happened to that particular cell. And this is why this was brought in the store. I could just force that cell to take a charge, and I'm going to show you how. But I do not recommend you use a tool that had one of the cells go that low, because you have a huge chance that that cell has an internal damage. It will overheat when charging or when using, but worse when charging because you might not be right next to it, and it will burn your house down. I'm still going to show you just in case, but normally if you have this issue, just leave it on the charger overnight. And if it can wake it up, it will wake it up. This type of charger, it seems it has that included. You can see the model right there, and it's trying to wake up the battery. If it cannot wake it up, most likely it's not safe to be woken up again. I will still show you how to do it, but I wouldn't trust such a battery. This is a freaking long video because nothing made sense on that damn battery, because I think it got reverse charged, one of the cells. So I opened up my good battery. Yay, hooray for that. Anyway, again, nothing bad happens. If you are careful, don't short anything and what not. How the hell can I show you and at the same time... I hate this. When something does not really work, I get frustrated and nothing works after that. Anyway, so there's that. Let me show you. Again, for the 100th time. So, we have freaking cables. Ground right here. Cell 1, 4.04. Let's write this down. 4.04. Then, still ground, we go to cell 2, 8.08. 8.08. So we already have two batteries in series. Still ground, and we go to the last one, positive. 12.13. 12.13. These are the values. Now, if we measure them independently, if I go from cell 1 to cell 2, for example, we should get 4.04 once again. Yep, it's there. If I go from cell 2 to positive, we should get the difference from these ones if we subtract anything. So it should have about 4.01 or something like that, more or less. So yeah, this little guy, let me show you again on it, does not play nicely. So it has a cell of 3.925, so it has a 3.9 cell right here, although I should have written it here. So let's correct this. 3.9 volts. This is one of the cells. Let's measure between this and this. Let me also show you what I'm doing. It's minus 1.3. So this freaking cell is negative, if you can believe it. 3.9. Then I'm going here to here. Minus 1.4 at this point almost. Minus 1.4 volts. Yep. And then we go from that one to the end. 3.9 again on the other cell, more or less. I'm not saying exact things. 3.9 volt. Hi Jesus, I wrote that so ugly. So we have 3.9, 3.9, and this thing, I think when I measure everything at the end, this kind of poops out. It cannot sustain any current and goes to zero, and we just basically add these two, which are basically good. Let's test that again. 6.37. It actually subtracts. So at this point it's trying to hold the current in reverse. So what I need to do is freaking give it a bump. It's not usable anymore. This is not freaking usable anymore. It got reversed charged. It's yikes. Ooh, whatever you want to call it, it's not good anymore. But anyway, just so I show you what the hell we can do here, although we should not use such a battery ever. It could blow up, it could catch fire at any time. What I'm doing here, I'm setting my PAPK. I will show you in a moment. I set my PAPK to 4 volts and 100 milliamps, and I'm going to give it power with these things. Basically, negative should come to this connection right here, which is cell 1, and positive will come right here. And I'm going to attempt to bring this cell back to life. Most likely it will not work. It could overheat, could catch fire, so do not freaking do this. But I'm going to do and see what happens. And we are ready to do stupid things that you should not be doing. You should not be trusting a battery that you wake up like this. But yeah, for the hell of it. So there and there. Oh, I should actually turn the power supply on. It's on and it's taking 0.013 amps. So this will take a while. At that current it will not even overheat. This cell has a big issue. 0.011 amps. There's another chance now that I'm thinking about this. 18650 cells have a protection in case they create overpressure inside that rips apart. And when that thing rips apart, the cell comes close to 0 volts. What you measure out of it doesn't make any sense. When you put it in circuit, it can even be reverse voltage. And you can put a screwdriver and push that in, but obviously that protection is fully disabled forever. So I would not do that. And I think this cell actually had that happen to it for some weird reason. It crept out and that protection got activated, and that's a mechanical protection. I will put a picture on the screen. It just rips some metal. So there's no going back from that, because this cell should be taking way more than what it's taking now, and I have no way of putting more voltage into this. I'm not going to put more than 4 volts in it, honestly. Should be taking a way higher current than it is, so it's clearly not properly connected anymore. So there are 2 good cells in here and 1 shitty cell that crept out by itself. Yeah, it dropped again. 300 millivolts. Probably you couldn't see a thing in there. Yeah, it's going down. Nope. That did not happen. Let me test again the voltage. I'm quite sure it dropped to the hell and back once again. Yeah, and it's again reverse voltage. So no, that cell is a sick puppy. If you have this situation, do not try to revive it. You can replace basically the cells in the package if you want. That would be a way to do it, but yeah, you need to solder, you need to desolder, you need to make sure you don't short anything, because then the package would become dangerous. Best thing you can do is to send it back to PARKSIDE and use your warranty. If that doesn't work, try to change the cells yourself. For me, we'll see in the continuation of this video what we can do. But first, let's take a look at PCBWay's website, and they are today's video sponsor. And here we are on PCBWay.com. You can see here you can have PCB prototypes up to 14 layers for the moment. They can do PCB assemblies for you. They even have flexible PCBs with multiple layers, and in advanced PCBs up to 30 layers. And for CNC and 3D printing, they support a large variety of file types for input, and yeah, it needs to be only about 200 megs maximum, so that's the only limitation. And they can also make SMD stencils in various forms for you. And I've seen they can also do electronic design, basically from start to finish for your needs. So every single time I visit PCBWay.com, they add more and more functionality and they are able to do more and more. Just want to show, this is my working PARKSIDE cell. Do you see those 2 strands? And do you see that we have basically a negative next to a positive? Yeah. Nice, PARKSIDE, nice. The non-working one seems to be a bit better without any strands. Jesus Christ, PARKSIDE, I moved the wire just a little bit and there are strands also on the side where they could actually touch the positive. So if you have this type of batteries, open it up and look at those strands and get them the hell out of the way, or try to remove them fully if you can. Ripped all the strands from my battery with those. So made sure that this will not be able to short in any freaking way. That's really bad attention to details, really freaking bad. Opened up my other PARKSIDE battery and it has even worse situation here. So PARKSIDE batteries of this type have a huge problem with strands on the negative connection. Okay, let's take a better look at the cells. So they are SunPower's lithium ions, INR 19/66 or INR 18650-2000. They are 2000 milliamp hours, 3.7 volts standard, so 7.4 watt hour, and they do have the PARKSIDE mark on them. And voila, about 2 weeks later, received a brand new battery. It was easy to handle this, I don't know, not warranty. I was thinking of return, but no, it's warranty because they actually allowed me to keep the old one. It's kind of normal. They don't have anything to do with this, so they instructed me to keep it or actually recycle it. For us, separate video will be a full teardown and checking of all cells and see which one of them failed and how badly it failed, and reusing of the 2 good cells in other projects. And I think I will actually upgrade it with new cells and we might get it to 3 amp hours. Not sure. Yeah, stick around for that. If that's happening, I will put the link in the description. If I forget, ask me about it. I just needed to get a new battery, needed to send the receipt from the store, proof of purchase basically, and it was all good. Just communication by email, and it was delivered to me from Germany directly, the battery itself. I couldn't want or ask for a better service than they seem to have, so yeah. Any questions in the comments, like, subscribe, check out my other videos, and see you in the next one. Bye.